Hey guys, I'm Ben, welcome to the channel. I just bought this awesome new 16 Freeride 800. I'm so excited about this sled. I picked it up, took it for a beautiful ride, then parked it in the trailer, tried to start it the next day, and it wouldn't start up. Initially, it seemed like it was a bad battery, maybe sort of mixed in with a weak starter or a dirty starter. If you guys have never ran into that, once in a while these will get kind of gunked up from all the belt dust that gets flung around in here, and then this little gear will not shoot out to engage with your flywheel here. So obviously that's not a good situation. A bad battery obviously is not something you want out on the trail, especially if you don't have a backup pull start. So either way, this is something that I probably would have ended up doing. However, there are more pressing matters that I found later on when I was sort of diagnosing the starter issue, and that's the fact that, well, one of my spark plug wires looked like that, and I'm not sure exactly what the deal was. I'm thinking just bad connection in here. Sort of seems like that must be the case. Also, possibly melted a few other things in there, so I will be removing the hood and taking it all apart and checking it out. I've got parts ordered, but the backup recoil here just happened to show up first, so I'm gonna get this installed. However, the only paperwork that came with this tells me not to install this at home and to make sure that I take it to a authorized BPR dealer to get this installed, and it actually tells me that in 12 different languages. So we're just gonna ignore that. I looked up the instructions that they've got on that website, and it seems like it's pretty straightforward. For you guys watching at home, I would say definitely follow the instructions that they send you. Make sure you don't do this yourself. Take it to the authorized BPR dealer, and you can just watch this and see what they'll be doing when you take it in and have it done there. Now, first thing I probably should do is remove my muffler here. However, I noticed that my sensor looks like it's a little bit cross-threaded in there, so I'm kind of hesitant to try to pull that out because I'm afraid it won't go back in. I really would like to not have anything else go wrong with this sled. I would really just like to put a couple miles on it yet this year, so I'm gonna see if I can work my way around that. Seems like that should work, I think. As long as I don't bump it and that spring doesn't come off, then we'll definitely have a problem. So this is the cover we're trying to remove here, or I should say the dealer is going to remove. There is a Torx fastener there, there, and another one buried down in there. Looks like a T30. These will be getting reused, so we want to make sure we save them. So because of this bracket here, I'm not able to get a socket in there to pull those last two out. So what I'm going to do instead is just use a little T30 bit inside of a 1/4 inch wrench. Boy, they do not give you much room in there. Oh, I can't wait to try to get that back in. We're supposed to pull this little guy out of the way. And let's see what we've got in here. It looks a bit rusty. Suppose it would though. After you take those 4 screws out, you'll notice that the upper left-hand one has a little arrow pointing to it. Now that is going to correspond with the hole here right above the number 1, which is also right above your hole for your rope. Then we can sort of cross-reference that with the old cover there, so you can see that's where the fastener was. But of course we need something for that recoil to grab, so we got to stick this on here. This is just going to match up with the 3 holes in there. It doesn't matter which way it goes. So again, your authorized BPR dealer will be using the 3 large fasteners that came in the kit along with the washers. I even broke out the red Loctite for these because you definitely do not want these falling out while you're on the trail. And of course your BPR dealer is going to use a very specific torque spec for these. I'm just going to get them good and tight. So now with that tightened down, we're almost ready to throw the cover on, but we'll need a place to string this rope through, and that's where this is going to come in handy. So this is going to actually fit right inside of the hole in the oil reservoir. Looks like that'll go in there, something like that. And then somehow we're supposed to get the little small screws all the way through into there, but I'm not seeing how that's going to line up. Well, I guess you just sort of jam it in there and more or less fits. So we just stick these guys in here. You want to make sure you're doing these straight because I'm pretty sure we're cutting new threads into the plastic here. So I'll take my recoil here and undo the band on my rope. definitely don't want to undo the knot here. This will get undone after everything is already put together. If you undo it now, well, all your cord's going to disappear inside of here. So you of course want to make sure that this isn't going to get wrapped around your frame here or any of the other wires or cables or anything in there. So because I'm going to stick this inside of here and then up on there, I'm going to stick it through here first and then up through the hole there. And I'll take my new rip handle here and stick this through and just tie myself a knot here. Maybe a double knot just to be sure. There we are. Make sure that all stays on the outside where we can see it. And then line that hole that we talked about earlier up with the hole with the arrow in it. It would be nice to fall forward this easy. That last one is just a pain. So I got all 4 of those snug down. Keep in mind when you're doing that, what you're threading into is plastic. So get them snug, but take it easy. I am now ready to pull this cable out, or pull the knot out of the cable, I should say. As long as everything looks good down there, we've got a straight shot down to the knot. There we are! My sled now has a backup recoil. Honestly, getting to those 2 back screws and getting the springs back on is definitely the hardest part of this. Other than that, this is actually a really pretty quick, easy job. So, got everything back in place, short of the spring that I think I'm missing here. There's actually a broken piece on the back here that's supposed to hold that on, but I guess that seems like it's gonna be good enough anyway. So, of course, our panel is gonna cover this up, so we'll throw that on and kind of show you what that looks like. That still fits just as good as it ever did. So now if either my starter is acting up or my battery dies on me, all I've got to do is pop this side panel open. Okay, well if the sled's level then it'll stay open, but you get the idea. Open this up and give this a rip. So obviously it's not going to fire up, but you get the idea. Definitely cranked over. Definitely going to make me feel a lot better about being out on the trail with this sled, especially with my starter acting up already. Maybe a fresh battery will fix that, but even if it doesn't, I'll know that I can always get myself back home with that backup recoil. So I think it's definitely worth the money, a worthwhile mod to look into. If you guys want to check it out, I'll put links down in the description. There's also links to other products down there. If you use those links, it helps me make more videos like this. I definitely appreciate that. If you guys want to see more videos on the Skidoo, make sure you click that subscribe button. I try to put a video out every week in the wintertime. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, stay safe, stay swanky. Get out and enjoy this beautiful world any chance you get. And if you can't do that right now, there's more videos to check out in the meantime.